Hello, I'm Chuck Fuller with South Alabama Home Inspections, and welcome to another edition of Southern Home Talk. Well, I guess I'm just going to go ahead and have to put this bluntly. Do you have a Petcock? Well, if you do, you probably do want to replace that with something better than what this is. I mean, they still make these, and they may be some plumbers that still install them. But the problem with these Petcock valves is it usually requires a pair of pliers to turn this off. And so this is a gas valve that we're looking at. It's in a HVAC closet, and so what's happened was they replaced the natural gas furnace in here and went with all electric, and so they capped it off and turned the valve off. Well, you know, I still find these on water heaters and also in older homes where they still have gas furnaces. And so, you know, the thing of it is, if you was to have an emergency, depending on who is at home, they may not know how to turn that off. They may not know that it takes a pair of pliers to turn it. And so that's why I think a ball valve is a better option. It has to be rated for gas, of course, and that's just a real quick turn. And so that's exactly what I would have done if I was the plumber installing this, or the HVAC company, whoever did it. Now, another thing too about this, I question, you know, where was the makeup air supply for this when it had the gas furnace? Now, I don't see any ductwork. And newer homes also, by the way, you need to know this, guys. If you got a new house, I'm gonna go ahead and put this out there. If you have a new home, there's a chance you might see a duct that comes up and comes back down and goes into the return area down below. And it's also a little box down there. It has a little filter in it that needs to be replaced. But getting back on track with this here, you know, I question where was the makeup air for this system. And this closet door, there's no venting for it, none whatsoever. And so that gas furnace, and my just psychically looking back, I question how in the world did it ever get any makeup air for it to function correctly. And so, but you can also look in this corners, you see all that dust there? And it also tells me that this unit's pulling dust from around this into the system as well. And so that's not good either. And so anyway, I kind of figured I'd point this out. If you have these Petcocks, you know, I recommend you replace them with a safer shutoff valve. It is subjective. You'll have service technicians that'll tell you that you don't need to do that. But, you know, I think you do. I just think it makes more sense to have a quick way of turning that off than not. I hope this has been somewhat informative, guys, and thanks for taking the time to watch this, and stay safe.